Hello, guys. Hey, my name is Clarissa, and obviously, I'm using Gaga CFM's Instagram account today, and we are going live with Gaga CFM and Vodacom Next Level for the Next Level Youth Session in Mhlanje. I think it's the last one as well, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing. So our guest Namhlanje Muhle Ndwalane, and he is behind. He's basically a creative and digital solutions director behind Absolute Solutions. So we're going to be talking to him Namhlanje as a young entrepreneur and also just being in the digital space, which is obviously such a big deal for the time that we are living in right now. Should I come closer or sit like here? I don't know. She's like, it's dark, and so that's what we're doing namhlanje, and obviously for you to take charge of the amazing opportunities and content that is available from Vodacom Next Level. Now, Next Level is obviously Vodacom's youth portal. There are exciting features on the Next Level to help abantu navigate through life, and how to prepare yourself for imsebenzi, any other great opportunities that are available for abantu abasha. In Next Level will always be there to let you know first about all those amazing opportunities that are out there. And yes, of course, amazing double data deals for you. So if you're under 25, download the Vodacom app and download the Vodacom app and register for your Next Level. And yes, today later on the show, on that drive 3 to 6 p.m. with myself, Nomalanga and Waras, we will be giving away that 5,000 Rand to one lucky winner who went to the Facebook page at Gaga CFM and told us their inspirational quote, their life's motto, and then they will be awarded with 5,000 Rand and double that to 10,000 Rand if they are under 25 and have registered for a Next Level on Vodacom's Next Level on the app. So I just want to quickly check on our guest Namhlanje Muhle and see if he's around. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. I'm so happy to see everyone here. Okay, you guys said I need a lighter. Easy and stuff. This dude. All right, I'm looking for Muhle. Here he is. He is rather. Very excited to meet Muhle namhlanje. Hello.
Hello.
Ani.
Ngiyaphila njani nini?
Ngiyaphila azumuhle. And I've
It's a nice line, azumuhle. Ngiyabonga. Buka kodwa wena umuhle kanjani? Siyasibuka wena.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Happy Friday, Muhle. And welcome to our live chat.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Thank you very much for extending this invite and just to hang out with me here. Ngiyabonakala kahle ke mina ngikubonile wena usuyicheckile light sebekutshelile ukuthi udingani. Mina nginjani ningidirect now, please.
Oh, we're trying. I'm trying to see, like, move closer. I don't know. We need a little bit more light. The office.
Yeah, I'm at the office. Maybe let's try this side. How is it now? Much better, eh?
Much better. I can see you. I can see all.
Thank you very much.
Ngiyabonga nami. So Umuhle rather, sengikhuluma ngoMusa manje. Umuhle, what a beautiful name. Joins us obviously for our youth sessions chat, and just a continuation of last week where we're just talking as abantu abasha, and especially abantu who are next level thinkers and who are doing what seems to be impossible and what seems to honestly just be such a huge deal for abantu abasha in this day and age, and especially coming from things like COVID, the pandemic and the lockdowns and everything, and how the economy has suffered. And nangampela for abantu abasha in this country in particular, who are just unemployed, and we're constantly looking for something new and something innovative to do, and obviously to earn an income, to live, So Muhle joins us. Muhle, if you can just shortly just give us an intro to ubani Muhle and what exactly it is that you do.
All right, sure. Muhle, this question always feels like Umuhle is umfana nje okhulele emakhaya from Potchefstroom, endaweni ekuthiwa isePopoyi. Growing up there from a family of 4. I have 3 siblings, so it's about 3 nje ekhaya sizingane bese kuzoba uma oyena osikhulisile. Ubaba ngikhule engahlali nathi, but unfortunately wagcina sedlulile emhlabeni. So I moved from Potchefstroom sengiyokwenza amabanga phezulu okufunda, which was graded. I did in Adams College. Stayed in a boarding house at Adams College for the rest of my high school life, and I think Adams College, it's where mostly of who I am and my roots and the things that I do got to be shaped, because I was exposed into different types of people who are coming from different types of background, you know, coming from rural areas to being exposed to izingane that are coming from suburbs and everything. So a lot of things were shaped from there. And when I moved from Adams College is when I finished my matric, and then I moved to UKZN in the Westfield campus, where I pursued my higher education. I did a BCom in information systems and technology, when second major was the supply chain. And I also did a postgraduate diploma in local economic development, Corner for UKZN. And what I do today, I think, was mostly shaped by being exposed in the university space and being a UKZN, because I was very active active with my clubs and societies. You know, I was part of an organization called NXT. It's an international organization that focuses on social entrepreneurship. So basically empowering communities by solving the challenges that they are facing through using entrepreneurship to craft social enterprises or business that they can do so that they can sustain themselves one way or the other, you know. So we were very active on doing that. And I'm guilty because I think I did mostly NXT work as compared to my studies and attending lectures, you know, but it's really shaped who I am today, and it's really influenced who I am. And fortunately enough, UKZN cultivating the culture of entrepreneurship, it's really opened up the platforms and amehlo ethu ukuthi lento le yenzeka man, singakwazi ukuthi sirun ama-business while we still students, singakwazi ukuthi siphume from the university space into pursuing our own businesses, you know. So I'm staying in UKZN really shaped who I am. But other than that, kumchita nje Vetso Grandi, who's mostly passionate about technology and crafting solutions for different people, for different businesses. But more than I really enjoy being involved in making a difference one way or the other. So Umuhle, in essence, that's who I am. That's who I am.
For sure. Now let's talk about the Asante Tech Solutions and uqale kanjani. What was the driving force behind that? This is what I want to do right now.
So Asante, when I was doing my first year university, I think I was too curious about a lot of different things, and I just wanted to figure out a number of things. And where the degree that I was doing was not initially what I wanted to do. I wanted to do computer science when I was coming from high school, but I didn't qualify for computer science. My marks were not, and then I was pushed into it becoming information systems. So I was like, I'm studying this thing. It become about commerce and related things, but angenza accounting. So I did fear, you know. So I pushed myself. Let me start practicing different things that are in the space of commerce, you know. Which that is when I started being a little bit more business oriented, you know. And then I was like, what skills do I have? Of which my brother had exposed me to designing. He's an architect. My big brother is an architect, so he tasked me with against all my designs for him. And then I loved the software, you know. And then I pursued my interest on designing different things, of which was graphic. I did my online courses online. So when I got that information, that's how Asante started taking shape. You know, I started practicing the commerce side and the skill that I had and offering those services to people. So that's business already. But it was just a skill. But I was more involved on taking other businesses, according to person of which was selling perfumes. That's what shaped our son. So okay, let's do it, and started in university. Today, where we are, 5 years later, we crafting digital solutions and different types of creating platforms for different types of companies so that they can reach their audience, so that they can also increase their demand. So what we do in Asante, or how we explain Asante, is that we're a hybrid of digital marketing and technological solutions.
Yes. You know, there's something I think very special about Abantu Abasha from KZN, and I think the more you reach out into KZN, because I think it's very important to understand the KZN is not just Durban and
Sure.
Durban, but there's this drive that I absolutely enjoy from people outside of Durban. I mean, I'm from Durban, Gaza, Lokshini, I'm from here.
Sure.
And every time I venture out, it's when I get to, I feel like I experience more of how colorful KZN is. And I think there's always been a beauty for me, even when I do my motivational talks and life skills programs
Sure.
within outside of Durban, Newcastle, Leeds, Port Shepstone, Malake, and there's just this beautiful thing where you find boy and you get to a UKZN and you're literally just fascinated and actually interested about everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes as umuntu emotion, I think it comes with age, where if you could have been someone else, and instead of just seizing the moment and showing and actively feeding that interest and that curiosity that you have, they tend to shrink in situations like that. You get homesick, you're in the big city, there's so many things happening, and you just want to focus on what you want to do now. But then I think there's always something about those particular people like yourself where you got here and you're just like, what can I do? I want to do it all. I just want to just like, and it's really beautiful. And I think that is what makes you a next level thinker, which is exactly why you're here today. So, first of all, do you see yourself, or do you think of yourself as a next level thinker? If you don't.
First things first, yeah, I know. I think I think most people that know me and that have worked with me, they share the same sentiments. I would say my level of thinking is not just here, but it's more of a visionary. So I do consider myself as a level thing. And I think that's what excites me about who I am and the life that I live. Yeah, so yeah, yes. Yes.
That's great. I'm happy that you are. And young Omuntu, also, who's been able to start something or just sort of grow the things that you're also passionate about.
Sure.
What do you think Incha needs right now to help us get to where we want to be? Because I think everybody has the ideal picture of Abantu Abasha, being in a better place socially, economically, for young Black people. What do you think, politics aside? I feel like we're just at a point where we want to find a solution. I think we've realized we can do things. So now, what is it that we can all do together to elevate our lives? Because when it's better for us, it's better for the next generation. Our generation is Abantu Abasha already, that they want to raise them in an environment that's going to elevate their lives as well.
Sure. Yeah, that question you're asking, Clarissa, is a very relevant question that's, I think, not only in this conversation, but almost every young person who still has a life to live should ask themselves and really bounce ideas on how we can do this and this ganja. But for me, as much as there's still a long way to go as a country, but I think it lies within our generation, the youth of today, to really, really reshape how things are actually happening, And COVID coming with zonke izinkinga efike nazo, you know. But at the same time, I think it comes with a lot of opportunities for the youth to really reshape the economy on how things are actually being done and how things are actually being accessed and how businesses are actually growing. Because what this period did, it's really challenged the conventional way of thinking into what are the new ways that could be adopted and implemented so that life can continue. Yeah, but and the youth of today, since in a challenge, we really need to take one concepts that we learn about, yonke technology that we hear about, that we read about, zonke izinto lezi esizenzayo ku-Instagram, and put them into practice and demonstrate ukuthi lezi zinto lezi ziyenzeka, and you see how do we monetize. Yeah, well, I really love the wave of digital creators, content creators. You know, that's an opportunity on its own when people are starting to make money using the internet. Yeah, well, but again, there's still a lot of barriers to access that still need to be broken down. How do we simplify the access to technology from Ndwalane? How do we do that? Like, how through the platforms like, well, I really like what Vodacom is actually doing with bridging the gap by creating a centers for the youth to access the technology. Because all it takes, and what I believe is mostly needed, is we need to expose each other as much as possible. You know, expose each other to different types of technologies, expose each other to different types of solutions, expose each other to different ways of doing things. My journey has been mostly shaped by the exposure I've got in life, the exposure I've got outside of the country, you know. And I believe that the youth of today really needs to be hungry and really learn more and expose themselves into different platforms or different types of solutions, and then take them and practice them. Because that's different, but fear nothing. Let's take on the risk, believe something, and just make it happen, you know. So that's my take on that conversation.
For sure. I'm just checking out all the comments. People really love you. Muhle, guys, also. I see a lot of people shout outs and obviously loving your backstory, and obviously thank you so much for sharing that with us, Muhle. Muhle, I think we've spoken about you a bit of your upbringing, and obviously the point with your brother teaching you with his architecture and stuff like that. So let's get to the point where you started the business and you were just, this is it now. This is what we're doing. So what are some of the things that you think at this day and age umuntu omusha needs to consider mezoqala business? Probably judging from your experience or judging from what you've seen already now as a business owner.
Yeah, I'll share just how I actually started and some pointers on what I believe now people can start. Because I didn't study solo. I started 5 years back in this thing, and my experiences have really grown my way of thinking from the time I started. But all it takes, the first thing first, is to just get started with whatever that you have. You know, I really hate the mindset of getting capital for this big idea and what's not. Of which it's true, you really need capital for this thing, isn't it? But to get started will push you to a point where you are structuring your mind to a business mindset. So ngaqala ngokuthatha lezi zinto lezi ezincane yabo, and then yakwazi ukuqala. How I started was taking on products that were being sold by omunye umuntu, and then I sold them. That taught me the skill of selling. That's the primary skill of business, selling. I was selling perfumes, and then later on I would then start selling designs, you know. But selling perfumes made me interact with different people. That's how I actually got to grasp the concept of entrepreneurship and the concept of business, because I saw money being exchanged. I like hard cash. Ngubone nje 100 rand ungena, ngubone futhi uphuma ngithenga stock, you know. And then that's really pushed my level of thinking. What's nayi lento le yenzeka, and I'm starting at a very limited risk. Yeah, bro. And once you minimize amount of risk so that you can minimize your expenditures, that's the best way to start. So that's how I actually started. And today, it's not many opportunities that are being provided by the likes of NYTA, or SAE, you know, but it's not that easy to access them. Not because maybe these organizations are incompetent and what's not, but it's because you as an individual, you need to position yourself accordingly. Ukuze uzokwazi ukuthi uthole le access lena to such guidance or institutions. And how do you actually do that? For the fact that you can hear the sound of my voice today, I'm under the assumption that you can have access to data and access to the internet. There's plenty of information from more YouTube. So another part that I really, really recommend is that people should get used to the idea of business modeling. Business modeling is just taking a business model canvas and then understand it from your cost side and your revenue side. Understand what is the customer relationship that you want to have with your customers, given the products loan now. What is the actual value proposition that you're offering to these people? And then manga kama revenue streams now for that business, you know, because having one revenue stream is the entry, but once you want to grow and sustain your way of doing business, you need to really diversify ama revenue streams on now. You know?
It's creating a brand instead of just starting a business with a product or service, by creating a brand where you can reach out a little bit more once you've had your sort of like your foundation or your fundamental, and then you grow that streams of revenue. And yes.
Yeah, kubalulekile kakhulu yabo ukuze now uvuleke. And another thing, I think yabonga nje usungifaka kwi brand, I think let me just double click on that one as well. Hey, bafethu, people must just take their businesses seriously, you know. Normally how you present yourself is how people will actually receive you. So you really need to package your business in a professional way, because nobody wants to deal with the business in a logo from a PowerPoint, you know, or Word document, you know. Really invest toward getting your brand right. And maningi ama platforms there are platforms like Canva, they can help you to get started. And then once you got started and your brand is out there, it's being seen by so many people, and then you can look in the ways on how you professionalize it. And then another part is that people must market their businesses. CEO, yes, CIPC. You know, people must market their businesses. They must communicate what they are doing. We don't know what you're doing until you tell us. Put in the work, let the work speak for itself, you know. But most of the for every opportunity you tell, build your case studies and then share your case studies, you know. So ezinye zezinto lezi engicabanga ukuthi zibaluleke kakhulu moqala nje ngebusiness ukuthi understand and practice them more than anything.
No, that's very important. This is going to be a very interesting question. I want you to tell me, Uguti, since now it's been 5 years, how or what role has the internet, or just when I say the internet, I'm talking about everything digital at this point in terms of digital marketing, and have all those things helped you build your business? Because 5 years ago, it wasn't necessarily like this. So much has happened. And when you talk about the internet or anything that's digital, something that's at this point just constantly changing, evolving, elevating, is just like, ugh.
Tina, I think everything that we are doing has been on the internet. Yeah, well, we really push ourselves to be on the lead. Like, we offer cutting edge, creative, and digital types of solutions. So it is our responsibility as a company to always stay updated with Zonke Lozo Zinto Lozo. So it's Asante, how we do our normal business is that whenever a client comes with a certain type of problem, we have a team that does research on the case, and then we look on how can we innovatively and relevantly address that problem. I'll make a case study, for instance. Some of our clients are in the property space, and they wanted to, because they are in a property space and they stay in different provinces, so they wanted to be able to track ama sales on ama leads that they are getting, so that bezokwazi ukuthi babe in tune. So it was our responsibility to do research online, not ukuthi that siyazi emakhanda noma sifunde somewhere else. Do online, how do we do this, you know? And then internet tells us you can do this kanje kanje kanje. There are systems out APL CLD, and then we take that system. One of our team members is responsible for studying that system. We take it, we make it, or we tailor make it for the problem that we have at hand. Now, today we have a solution that can track our leads, a client leads, from wherever they are by just being connected to the internet, you know. So that's why in our reference case. But at the same time, the internet has the power of connecting so many people, just like me and you. You know, I see Ndwalane, but we are connected today. So I think there's so much power that the internet can bring. So for so many different business case studies, or for so many different types of people. But today, what the internet presents is an opportunity to consume information. So you know what you're lacking, you know what you want to become. And it's the internet that can introduce you into that world through other people, because there's a lot of content that is being shared on YouTube. There's a lot of content that is being shared on different blogs. But the internet is bridging that gap for us to do things. Direct from someone else. So I mean, I'm really grateful for the internet. There wouldn't be any Asante without the internet. So the digital age is there.
It's crazy. I think one of the days I was speaking to a very young girl, and she was telling me about, you know, her ambitions and, you know, what she wants to do. She wants to study. She didn't really get to work immediately after school, so she's been saving up money for no phone. And she was just like, I want to do like HR. I'm like, now it's like everyone else. HR, PR, oh my word, personnel management. What? I'm like, girl, first of all, it's 2021. As I'm pants. And I was just like, are you sure? Okay, what? And I was speaking to her because she's honestly she's undecided. And it frustrates me. Everybody wants a phone, but it's just like you don't know what happens to it. And for those who do know how to use it, Facebook, Instagram, social media, that's it. And I'm just like, but there's so much more to the internet that you can do. There's digital. I was telling her, I was like, dude, there's copywriting, social media management, community. There's so many things under the scope of the internet, under the scope of the social media, under the scope of just everything digital. It's but as the expert in Mhlanje, do you think there is a market for young people to actually get into these programs? And when I say programs, I'm saying, for instance, I know that there are, even from UCT, there are like those 10-week digital marketing courses. Is it something that's worth exploring for umuntu omusha? Or is it something that we can't let too many people be doing the same thing situation like HR?
Yeah. I'll respond to you in two ways. I want to start with the flip side of Ndwalane.
Yeah.
Not that we are discrediting HR. It's very important. You know, we are not. Sure.
Hey, ngifuna HR, and I probably want to have my own firm. Yeah, sure. Because that's what I'm thinking for you. Because man, it's still, even if you have a qualification as HR management, human resources management, next thing and wait to be hired.
Now, Sure. Yeah. So my take when I try to say, I think the first things first, untombazane yakona kumele athi ukuphupha kakhulu, but I still want to challenge our education program development when it comes to career guidance and so on and so forth. I really want to throw the challenge there because, hi man, in our education space, when it comes to prospects careers, there isn't really much exposure into the new age type of careers, you know. And I really think it should start from maybe there. Whenever we're speaking, we would say fourth industrial revolution, and our public institutions are advocating to adoption. I think the education sector shouldn't only just look forward to implementing these fourth industrial revolution solutions for the education space or the schools, but should also come into the mindsets programming in terms of the career prospects that the youth can now pursue today. Because it was so unfortunate to hear that some career expos, they are still just mentioning the traditional causes, you know. So I think maybe it doesn't mean should be something that we throw out there in the world to go say, hey man, whoever gets to be involved in career expos, about so good, you know. But again, to respond directly to your question of is there access to these new age types of careers and how they are becoming structured, you know. I really think there is an opportunity, and the barrier to access I say today, but it lies on an individual who see how well exposed they get to become and how curious they allow their mind to be, you know. And it's really lies on an individual who gets exposed, especially in how hungry they are. But again, the people that get to surround you, especially now, they play a huge role in influencing what you can think, you know. Sikule kule age where uzo influence ukuthi kukhona bani endaweni owenzani, you know, and then uzokhalela ukuthi ngikhalela ukuba ulo muntu lo kanjalo, yabo. But today it's beyond ukuthi sibani wakasibani wenzani. It's a matter of ukuthi how many kids do you have access to, that whenever you get an opportunity to sit down with, you can just tell them about the different types of career prospects that the world has to offer today, you know. And how many people, whenever you get an opportunity to engage with, you can expose their mind on the other side of their career, because I think every type of job that already exists has problems that needs to be solved, and that's the innovation part that needs to come in. Innovation is not just creating something that is totally new, but how can we do it differently, you know. So as a society, it becomes our responsibility, or if you know something, share it with the next person in your conversation. Asingablomi nje kuphela singazani sishaye lezi zinto lezi sishaya ngalozo sikhathi sishayo, but singazishare lezi zinto lezi that can really reshape our society. Because if the person knows better than they know today, you may never know on how they contribute to who you are in the future or to your generation that you'll recreate, you know. So that's my thinking.
Oh man, you know what, Muhle? I wish we could do this forever. I really like it. And I think OT, the more we have them, the more we can probably just, you know, help someone get the courage to start something.
Sure.
On what they've been meaning to do, to finally action the ideas that they say this all the time, man. Every idea is great, but if you don't do anything with it, then it's just a great idea.
Great only, no one will see it.
It will always just be a great idea, and that's it. Moshe, I wish you all the best. I want to see you grow. I hope that you and I can meet again.
Sure.
Like this, and to tell, you know, stories of how we found success in, you know, in the most unconventional ways and ways that we never thought possible. This in things that we are passionate about, and just breaking the status quo, man, and innovation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And thank you so much for everybody that's also tuned in. I know that everybody has been really loving the conversation, and I hope ukuthi ngampela khona abantu abacushula ulwazi. Umuhle had a lot to say, and izinto ayishilo also are very, very important, and also I think relatable to certain people as well. And this is what we do, man. We're trying to groom a new age, a new dawn for Inja and Abazoslandela as well. So these conversations are thoroughly important, and also for platforms like Vodacom for introducing them and also encouraging them as well. If you don't get support from Abantu Abasetuzane Wako or your peers, then there are always institutions that are there that actually believe in people like yourself, no matter how little you think of yourself or how little the idea is, but it is important, and it's always a step forward rather than nowhere at all. So thank you so much. If you could just quickly share your social handles as well for Absolute Solution, Asante Solutions rather, just so that Abandu can also follow you and see exactly what it is that you do.
Sure. To connect more with us on the socials, Asante is Asante Solutions. I think everywhere. Only on LinkedIn where that's to be format. So Asante Tech Solutions only on LinkedIn, but every platform is Asante Solutions. Me now, mina nani niyangibona mina chifaza lapha phezulu. It's Muhle _ Ndwalane. Clarissa, ngiyabonga kakhulu nami for the opportunity to be here. Sibonge kakhulu Vodacom for just creating this platform for us to connect as the youth and share our thoughts in different things, but more than just sharing different thoughts and different things, the opportunity for us to put into practice what we do. Such campaigns are very important, where they are just pushing us to the next level way of thinking, next level of doing things, and it's all possible. We just need to put it into practice. My strongest belief is that you gotta believe it, and then you have to make it happen. So ngiyabonga kakhulu for the invites and having this conversation. I hope the campaign becomes more of a success ngoba so drive and moving forward.
Thank you so much, Muhle.
Asante, bonga mina.
Thank you. Oh man, that is lovely. Love Musa so much, Muhle. That was absolutely great. So guys, don't forget to enter the competition. You have just a couple of hours left to enter the competition. That is the Vodacom Next Level competition right here on Gaga CFM. So head on over to the Gaga CFM Facebook page and share your inspirational quote or life motto, and use the hashtag Next Level Us. That's NXT LVL US NXT LVL US Next Level Us, and share that code with us, and we might be calling you later on that drive, Tamama, with Waris Nomalanga and myself, Clarissa, and you'll be awarded 5,000 rand if you've entered, or rather if you've downloaded the Vodacom app and signed up for Next Level Corner and you're under 25, then we double that to 10,000 rand to help you get to your next and help you elevate, you know what I'm saying? So thank you so much for watching. This has been the Gaga CFM Vodacom Next Level Youth Session, featuring the founder and owner of Asante Tech Solutions, which was Muhle and Ndwalane. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see each other in the near future. Thank you.